Okay, so next we are going to look how to sketch a logarithmic function, a log function. Okay, log tu boleh jadi log or boleh jadi ln x juga. So, sama macam square root function, sama macam exponent function, log function kita ada 4 basic shapes. Okay, so here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 basic shapes. Okay, so kalau exponent function kita tengok kat sini kita ada horizontal asymptote. Tapi untuk log function pula kita akan ada vertical asymptote. Okay, so vertical asymptote only. So ingat, rational ada horizontal dan vertical, exponent ada horizontal asymptote, log pula akan ada vertical asymptote only. Okay, so how to determine our vertical asymptote? So by looking at the general form of our function, vertical asymptote, ingat vertical asymptote ialah x, okay, represent x kita. So obviously kita akan tengok dekat x kita lah. So yang mana satu x? Yang inilah. Okay, so the whole thing inside our ln tu akan represent kita punya vertical asymptote. So let's say lah kamu ada x plus a dekat situ. So we know that x plus a is not equals to 0 kan, sebab dalam ln tak boleh jadi 0. So we will have the vertical asymptote x is not equals to negative a. Okay, so saya rasa kamu dah ada idea dah macam mana nak lukis basic shape kita. So how to determine the basic shapes? So, okay, let's say for this one, this shape here, daripada quadrant 1 pergi kepada vertical asymptote kita. So here vertical asymptote kita is x equals to 0. So quadrant 1, x positive, y positive. So this determine our y-axis, and in front of your x determine your x-axis. Okay, so that determines your shape of your graph lah. So here should be y equals to positive y ln positive x. Okay, so let's say from quadrant 2 we have y positive, x pula negative. So that should be y equals to positive ln, since x negative, kat sini akan jadi negative x. Okay, so let's see quadrant 4 dekat sini. Quadrant 4 pergi kepada vertical asymptote kita. Since we have x positive, y negative, kita akan ada y equals to y negative kan. So dia akan jadi negative ln, x kita positive, so jadi positive lah. Okay, and the last one, let's see the shape of the last graph kat sini. Daripada quadrant 3 ke vertical asymptote kita. So quadrant 3 tu y negative, x pun negative. So both akan negative. The function should be looking like this. Negative ln, negative x. Okay, so these are the 4 basic shapes for your log function. Okay, untuk pengetahuan kamu, log function ialah inverse of exponent function. Kita akan belajar tentang inverse nanti. So kamu kena tahulah log dengan exponent sebenarnya ada relation dia. Okay, so macam biasa, what we need to find, the first is the basic shapes. The 4 shapes tu kamu kena tahulah, 4 basic shapes tu. Second thing is, kalau exponent kita cari horizontal asymptote, for log kita cari vertical asymptote. Okay, so here vertical asymptote is x equals to something. Nombor 3 tak payah cakap lah, macam biasa, x intercept, y intercept. Alright, so let's see question 1. We have fx equals to ln x minus 2. First, let's decide our basic shape. So kita tengok depan ln positif, depan x pun positif, which means dia berada di kuadran mana? Kuadran, kalau x positif, y positif, x positif, y positif, berada di kuadran 1. Okay, tapi ingat kita tengah buat log function. Okay, kita tengah buat log function. Log function ada vertical asymptote, so dia akan pergi kepada vertical, daripada kuadran 1 pergi ke vertical asymptote kita. Okay, so the graph should be looking something like this. Okay, so kalau eksponen tadi, tengok kalau eksponen tadi kita ada basic shape kita dalam bentuk eksponen macam ni. Kalau ln pula, dia ln lah. Kita boleh bayangkan dia sebagai L. Okay, alright, so next, second thing is we have to find our vertical asymptote. Okay, we have to refer inside ln. Okay, inside ln kita lah. So dekat sini kita ada x minus 2. So vertical asymptote, we can have x minus 2 is not equals to 0. So we will have x is not equals to 2. So next we are going to find our x-intercept and y-intercept. So here is all the log equation that you have already learned in chapter 1 and chapter 2. So here we will have ln x minus 2 equals to 0. Macam mana ni nak buat log equation? Untuk cari x, kita exponentkan both side. So exponent 0 will be 1. So x minus 2, we are going to get x equals to 3. Okay, so for y-intercept, when x equals to 0, we will have y equals to ln 0 minus 2. Okay, so there you can see ln negative 2. Dalam ln boleh negatif tidak? Tidak. Okay, so which is kat sini undefined lah. So whenever the x-intercept or y-intercept yang kita kira undefined, maksudnya tak ada pun nilai dia. Okay, tak kena pun x or y-intercept. Okay, so let's sketch the log function here. Kita ada x-axis and y-axis. Okay, macam biasa, nombor 2 ni yang kita kena plotkan dulu. So our vertical asymptote is x equals to 2. So we have x equals to 2 here. Okay, so x equals to 2. Saya ingat pula. Sekejap saya cantik sikit lah. So here is our asymptote. As I mentioned before, asymptote mesti kena garis dot. Okay, so x is equals to 2. So we know that the shape is from quadrant 1 to our vertical asymptote. So the shape will be looking something like this. Okay, from quadrant 1 pergi kepada vertical asymptote kita. Okay, rapat kepada vertical asymptote. So we have our y-intercept. Tak ada y-intercept, kita tahu yang dia undefined tadi. Okay, kalau kamu sketch graph dulu pun kamu tahu yang dia tak kena y-intercept, so you don't have to do this. Okay, so we have our x-intercept 3 dekat sini, and then label our graph y equals to ln x minus 2. Okay, tips. Kalau contohlah kamu rasa graph kamu tu tak kena, contohlah kamu dapat x-intercept kamu 1, tapi dekat sini graphnya. So there is something wrong, there must be something wrong with the shape or the dekat calculation of x-intercept or y-intercept kamu. Okay, so make sure to check your answer or your working. So here now we have our domain from left to right. Tak ada graph. The graph starts from here. Okay, which is vertical asymptote kita. So open lah sebab asymptote kan, 2 to infinity. So range here is negative infinity to infinity. Okay, daripada bawah pergi ke atas. Alright, so macam kita buat exponent tadi, range kita tu ialah kita punya horizontal asymptote. As for log function, domain kita ini ialah kita punya vertical asymptote. Okay, so let's take a look at question B. We have fx equals to 2 minus ln 1 minus 2x. So let's see the basic shape here. Okay, apa basic shape dia? Tengok depan ln negatif. Okay, which means y kita negatif. Tengok depan x, negatif juga, which is x kita negatif. So dia berada di kuadran 3. Okay, so kuadran 3 menuju ke kita punya vertical asymptote sebab dia ialah ln punya graph. So the shape should be looking something like this. Okay, so next is we have to find our vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote nak tengok di mana? Di dalam ln kita. Okay, so we will have 1 minus 2x is not equals to 0. X is not equals to 1 over 2. Okay, right, let's quickly find our x-intercept and y-intercept. X-intercept is when y equals to 0. Then we will have 2 minus ln 1 minus 2x equals to 0. Ln 1 minus 2x equals to 2. 1 minus 2x equals to exponent 2. So we will have x equals to 1 minus exponent 2 over 2. Okay, boleh je terus kira dalam kalkulator, masukkan dalam kalkulator, senang kamu nak tengok dekat mana nilainya. Here you should get negative 3.19. Okay. Ini ialah log equation kamu, log dan index equation kamu. Kalau tak faham, tak tahu nak buat, no, now go back to video chapter 1, chapter 2 and fahamkan macam mana nak buat index and log equation kamu. Okay, next we are going to find y-intercept, which is when x equals to 0. So we will have y equals to 2 minus ln 1 minus, tak muat pula ya, 1 minus 0, which is 2 minus ln 1, we are going to get 2. Okay, so we have everything that we want. We have our vertical asymptote, we have y-intercept, we have x-intercept. So let's sketch our graph. So the first thing that you have to sketch is always our vertical asymptote. Okay, so vertical asymptote tadi kita dapat 1 over 2. Okay, so here is 1 over 2. X is equals to 1 over 2. Nak tulis not equals to 1 over 2 pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay, so shape tadi kita cakap shape kita daripada quadrant 3 straight to our vertical asymptote. So dia akan jadi macam ni, mendekati kita punya asymptote kita. So let's draw from quadrant 3 rapat ke kita punya vertical asymptote. Okay, so label our, macam salah aje. Apa yang salah dekat sini? Apa yang salah? As you can see from here, from what I just sketch here, kita punya x-intercept positif, y-intercept kita negatif. Okay, which is apa yang kita dapat ialah y-intercept kita positif, x-intercept kita negatif. So kita tahu graf kita salah sebenarnya. Okay, so delete, and then we have to go like this sebenarnya. Okay, so ini baru betul lah. Ini asymptote kita panjang lagi sebenarnya. So here y-intercept is 2, x-intercept negative 3.19. Barulah ngam. Okay, so label our function, our graph, y is equals to 2 minus ln 1 minus 2x, and then let's find our domain and range. Saya rasa tak payahlah saya nak ajar satu-satu lagi. Cari domain dengan range ni dah banyak kali sangat. Okay, here is negative infinity to infinity. Okay, alright, let's quickly do question C. Okay, fx equals to 1 minus ln 2 minus x. Macam manakah? Tak nak sama pula soalan ni. Tukar-tukar sikit. Soalan this one here. Soalan D. Fx equals to 3 minus 2 ln x minus 1. Macam manakah basic shape kamu? Okay, soalan ni saya akan tanya dalam kelas next week. Make sure kamu tahu macam mana nak jawab. Y, kita refer depan ln, negatif di sini. Okay, x, kita refer depan x, positif, which is di sini. So dia akan berada di kuadran 4. Okay, since dia ialah log, dia ada vertical asymptote. So dia akan menghampiri vertical asymptote kita. Okay, so it is very important for you to know your basic shape. Sebab kalau kita tak tahu basic shape, kita tak akan boleh lah lukis kita punya graph. Okay, alright, that is all.